At this very moment, Saturday, March 30th at 5:37 p.m., JC Latham is my number one tackle. So uh, chew on that, whatever people want to do. But the good thing about these shows is like we're about to show some evidence here, right? So he's right here, run block. Okay. So and the thing about this too is it is 65 plays. So just for the sake of me keeping my own sanity throughout these 2 hours, there are going to be some plays I might move a little bit faster than on plays where it's like, Fashani is 36 plays. I might spend a little bit more time, but Latham is obviously just trying to, they're running a belly zone there. Could be even be duo, but he's just trying to kick out, number 7, and keep him away from the play side gaps. So we have a patient climb, or not patient climb, but we have a strong base, step to him, strong base. He's leaning a little bit forward. You don't want him to lean so forward like that. I don't think if he was pulled, he'd necessarily fall on his face. He might be a little bit off balance. So we don't want to lean so heavy. With that being said, he's not leaning with like a rounded back. He's leaning with an arched back. So he's relatively balanced here. Again, slight lean, but what we're talking about here is hand placement. Hands scoop from low, but they're not super low. They're from like the belly button range. Obviously because he's like this, it's a little bit different where it exactly comes from, but they're not scooping from the turf here. A little bit low, but nonetheless, hands land. You could see the power lift, and then this is something that Becton did not do, which bothered me about Becton in his Louisville tape and even in the NFL in general. Becton tended to get underneath guys, and then he wanted the highlight play. He wanted the ball breakdowns, so he would try to throw him. That defender would then respond by obviously avoiding him laterally and then making the tackle. I love that JC Latham gets that lift, and then what are we doing? Driving off our instep, left instep, right instep, left instep, right instep. This is where I talk about climbing a tree. That's what we're talking about. Like if you imagine yourself how to climb a tree, you're gonna have to hug it, and then obviously wide feet, and then use your insteps up the tree. That's what people talk about. Like, hey, get to the second level, climb the tree. That's what it is. And it doesn't have to be the second level, but climb the tree. It's exactly what he's doing right there. Stay attached, climb. Done. Done. That guy's not even close to being in that rep. Latham, good pass set. Okay. Right tackle. Yeah. So we see. Hold on. This one's just easy. This one's easy for him. So comes into a 45 degree that turns into a vertical set, but good balance, good base. Hands are on guard. The edge rusher commits to the outside. He sees that it commits to the outside. He uses his length, punch, land to the shoulder. Perfect base, perfect arch. Like he's pretty perfect there in terms of his feet. The foot, the hand lands as the foot's landing, and then immediately you have punch, straight punch, push force to lift force as that left hand most likely quarter turns to activate those back muscles and just get into a stronger spot, and then lift. Now he's completely locked up. Grabs him, rides him up the arc right there. Again, really good. And he has the ability to use outside hand, inside hand, both hands. Good rep. And the thing about Latham too, like that I found is, anytime you ask somebody for what they don't like about this guy, it's one of two things. It's he's like Becton clone, not true. He's much smaller than Becton. I think he carries his weight better. Or doesn't make me Beckham's a freak, but he was 30-pound difference is quite a lot. And then two, Michigan game, which we'll get to the Michigan game. Plenty. In a little bit. Aggressive run block. Okay, right here. Right tackle. Moving guys out of the way, and he keeps going, and you'll see it in the other view. But so they're running another tight inside zone, belly zone, or tight inside zone again. We're not really caring about the run stream so much unless it's power counter, but inside versus tight zone, we're not going to go that crazy because we're not evaluating the running back. To me, pretty much the same thing for the defender or for the offensive lineman. So on that combo block, where does he want to attack? He wants to attack the hip. Ducks his head a little bit. It's okay. He's trying to get to that hip. Into the ribs. Actually lands into the ribs. Rib to hip. Hip is perfect. Ribs are fine. So stays attached to the hip, or sorry, to the rib. Drives it, drives him, drives him. drives him, keeps driving him. And like this is where he can get some penalties. You'll see another version I show you. He's right. Here, before I play it, he's right here. This is his block. This is JC Latham. Let's continue to watch. You know, love it. Absolutely love it. Latham, run block. Right here again. We're gonna see some crushing run blocks of him. So that one he just he drives the guy until the guy falls. But thing here, the one thing I will say with a tight inside zone here, I would like to see Latham get a little bit more vertical before working towards him. Like he tries to get horizontal and vertical here, like we talked about a lot, just doesn't do it enough. It looks like he kind of overextends his base a little bit, and now he's a little bit off balance. I would like to see him not like skip pull, but I almost just like shuffle, just shuffle both feet to get here when you engage instead of too flat. You get too flat, he's able to cross your face. It's kind of what happens initially. Again, step now that guy is flattening out right here. Now JC's Latham base isn't really under his block. It's just his upper body that's really trying to control this defender. So his left hand lands inside. The defender knifes to the inside of Latham. He's able to fit his hand in. So again, not in the most ideal position, but how are you going to adjust? Right hand into the hip, drive him. And then aggression to continue driving. We like that. Latham aggression. Okay. Right here. Again, a little bit low into it, but if you have the flexibility to know, like, okay, I'm on a combo block, I'm not the high leg, on the post or whatever it may be, I'm because the high leg isn't always. I'm not going to get into that. Knowing you're the second guy to arrive, you can take a little bit of liberties in terms of how you attack him. In terms of how you attack this defender, because this would not be a good spot. If this is a one-on-one block and he did this, I would say, okay, obviously he's completely bent at the hip. Now, if he lands that hand and he's able to roll his hips up and through that and attach himself, then we'll be forgiving and we understand. Again, different circumstances, different critiques, right? Combo block doing this, not so bad. One-on-one block and zone, bad, right? But what are we going to see? Land into the rib. Roll the hips up just a little bit. Just roll the hips up, and then we're just going to continue to drive 92. It's like that. Like that's the stuff that you got to watch after the ball carrier's down and stuff that you don't necessarily always want to see, but I fucking love it at the same time. I love the aggression. I do. Latham beat inside, overset, vertical, double punch. Okay. So overset with double punch is bad. That's bad combo. Even just double punch doesn't land as bad. Overset in general is bad, but you combine oversetting with a double punch, locking your hips out to the outside, not ideal. So gives up a hit there to this Kentucky edge rusher. So does a good job with his base. He's splitting him. That's all good. The problem comes, one of my problems with Latham in his pass sets is in that contact window, he does tend to get a little bit hoppy and heel clicky. Now these are things that we can obviously, not me, but the coaches can coach out. Overall, still good. The problem is when you become heel clicky like this, when you become heel clicking, your feet are in the air, it's hard for him to adjust, laterally to movement. So if he was more attached to the ground, he punches right here. Hopefully he's already like landed in the ground with a better base, then he's able to move laterally to match the spin or any type of inside move. So the problem comes again with the heel click, both feet in the air, double punch, which is already locking out your hips. It's going to make it even harder to get back around. So that's just more, it's more just patience and the punch. Patience in the punch. He gets spun. He lets up a hit on the quarterback there. So, and again, a little bit of an overset. I said overset too, right? It's not even really an overset. Again, and transparently, again, I watch these once and then I record them and then I label them. So sometimes I disagree with what I say initially. He's beaten side. It's not even really, the thing I'm saying is he's oversetting vertically. Like I don't want him to get so deep, but it's a pretty deep drop. Yeah, I disagree with that. So, it's really the heel clickiness and the double punch there that hurt Latham. Fake punch hand usage for Latham. Okay. Right here. Yeah. Yeah, we like that. We like that. It's something that Tyron Smith does all the time. The fake punches and stuff. It's crazy. But what happens? This is a simple one. Really not so much to it. Again, good base, fake punch. What does that fake punch do? that makes the defender think, okay, he's engaging now. This punch is coming into me now. So then he tries to bull rush from not necessarily the best spot. He's not really like under his pads or anything like that. So he forces the hands to shoot. When he forces the hands to shoot, Latham then obviously responds with shooting his own hands, left into the chest, right into the lower pec, grips with the right. That's not holding, by the way. People are like, oh my God, holding. Because people just want to hate Latham because he gets penalties and stuff, which is, he does get some penalties, but that's not a hold. We'll take that. And then we're going to see the left right here. Let me see if I can show you because I just saw that left. The left is over top right here. And then you're going to see it come off right here. Come off. And, sorry. Come off there. Hold on. I thought I saw a different angle, like better. It looks like he tries to refit it. Nonetheless, I can't really actually see the end spot of him being nice, tight elbow angle, lifting, good base, insteps. This guy is not going anywhere. When Latham has his hands on you, good luck. Good luck. Latham wrench. Okay, we got a nice little wrench. 65 right here. Yeah. Again, that's not like people are gonna say, oh, hold and all that stuff. So this looks like you have an RPO with that rollout, and he's an option to pitch it to the guy in the jet sweep or the jet motion right there. And Latham doesn't know exactly what's going on. He's just trying to run block at this point. So the one thing you could say in terms of him getting in front of this, maybe you want to see him get a little bit more lateral and before he engages so he can get that positional leverage inside. But with all that being said, even though he doesn't do that, his hand placement is great here for being on the backside of this. Obviously ideal that we have that positional leverage. His helmet's in front. This defender is completely, to the backside of the run here if he wasn't handed off. But it's not always going to happen. If he knifes inside like he does, he immediately tries to split that combo, to spike the combo. Latham gets his hand in a good position, like I just said. Left hand into the chest, right hand into the back. Supposed to be the small of the back, but it's okay either way. And then what is he going to do? Again, he's leaning forward, right? So him leaning forward like that, Latham's left arm right here is going to straighten him out, while also his right hand is going to straighten him out. Straighten that lower back and the chest. That's exactly what happens. Straightens him out. You can see it's a lot of power right here in his base, and just torques him to the ground, tosses him. Now imagine if this was a hand, just imagine like it was a handoff. There's a gap there that he just opened up even on the backside of it like that, and then he shoves the guy into the ground after again because he's like that, and I love that. Latham over aggression. Okay, maybe this is a flag. This might be a flag play. But let's see when I record. I don't know when I recorded these plays. I recorded this play you're about to watch on January 17th. The last play of the review I recorded on, damn, Latham took me a good 2 weeks. I just recorded a couple plays on March 25th, but past that it was January 31st. Yeah. Okay. So over aggression right here, right guard are the right tackle, 65. Okay. So this is just something where you want to see him be more patient with his feet. He's thinking right here, okay, we're going into a combo block. Or not, maybe not in a combo block. I'm not going to say exactly what their scheme is, and if he were to spike this, is it a combo or he just immediately get to the second level? Again, I'm not going to speak on it because I'm not even trying to diagnose that stuff right now. I don't care. Latham though, you want to see him have what? Smaller steps, right? One step, two big steps, forward lean, and because of that big step right there, what is he not attached to? He's not attached to the ground. When you're not attached to the ground, you're not able to move as quickly, react. So mid step, oh shit, he's shooting me backside, but he's not able to, he's not able to get back there. Now, part of this, being, and this is me watching again for the second time, his left leg trips over his offensive lineman here. So would he be able to swivel his hips around, get that, keep that right hand attached, and then like drive him down vertically? That's possible. So you do want to note that the end of this is it could have been cleaner. Like he didn't have to, he didn't fall on his own, there because he got beat so badly. But the big step really hurt him there. That second big step, a little bit of the head duck. I don't know why I scrolled all the way down to the bottom of my. Oh yeah, because I was talking about when I recorded these. Over aggression, point out, stunt, pre-snap. This is stuff you want to see too. This is something that I want to do. Like if I did this full time, I'd want to do this more in terms of like looking at stuff pre-snap, listening to the broadcast, hearing the checks and stuff. It's just, how much time do you have in a day? But point out pre-snap. So you're gonna see him looking around again. I don't know even exactly what happens here. Recorded almost 2 months ago, but or actually over 2 months ago. So let's just watch. See him evaluating, talking to the inside, talking to the inside. Points at both of them. Actually, did he just point at both of them pre-snap? Yep, points at both of them. Stunts coming. Yeah, yeah. He knows something's coming there, and he talked it out pre-snap. Little things matter. Seems stupid, you know, but you could see him talk to his guard right here. The guard looks. They communicate that they're probably going to stunt, and they pass it off perfectly. Why? Because pre-snap they recognized it. When you have two guys like this, we talk about this all the time. Like whether it be like the three tech, the 4i, and the 5, and they're this tight, something's probably coming. This is not typical. You don't see guys this tight without twisting games and all that stuff. Points it out to his guard. Guard says, okay. Latham, just off the jump, knows this guy's going inside. Like you could see he works to the inside before that guy even starts to work to the inside. So he's already working to the inside again. Points it out. Left hand lands, right hand lands, and it's over. Drive him. Easy play, but important, right? And that's where people saw. I saw some people like, oh, he doesn't handle stunts and all this stuff well. I literally think that might be because there was like one play, which we'll talk about at Michigan, right? He had two bad plays in that game. I think one he allowed a sack, and then the one obviously at the end of the game. But that might be the only reason because that might be the only game that people watch of him, which is crazy. And on broadcast apparently, because the rest of the game for him is actually pretty damn good. Latham hand usage, right tackle. Okay, so what do we have again here? Tiny bit of an overset. I don't want to see him get so horizontal. He's oversetted right there. At this point, he's a tiny bit oversetted. It's nothing crazy, but it's there. Gets into that contact window. The defender gets in that contact window. Fake punch with the right. Left replaces.